So in the video, he says, call me by your name. Who's he talking about? So now when I want to go back to the garden, I want to take you back to the garden. Remember, all this is happening in the garden. Remember, there was 2 trees, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. He said, in the day that you eat of it, surely you shall, what? Die. But the tree of life, there was life in it. But he said the tree of knowledge of good and evil, right? Now, might I suggest to you that, okay, some people say, oh, it's a physical tree. Okay, he ate the, whatever the fruit was, the apple. Okay, if you want to believe that, that's okay. That's where you are. But might I suggest that also the tree was a people? The tree was a people. Where are you going with this? A people, because your family tree. Your family tree. So when you eat of your own, partake of your own, your progeny continues to produce more of whatever that is. It produces after its own kind, right? But if your kind mixes with another kind, it will produce after that kind whatever it is. And it may be a mix. It may be a mix of whatever. Genes from the mom's side, genes from the father's side, genes from this ancestry, genes from that ancestry. So there's a mix. So might I suggest that it was also a group of people, your family tree. Case in point, there's a part in where the blind man said, he touched his eyes. He said, what do you see? He said, I see men as trees. And then he touched his eyes again. He said, what do you see now? He said, I see clearly now. So here's another reference to people or men being trees. So in that highly weird, in order to ascend up the ladder, which is an ascension in their arena, but in your spirit and your soul and in your body, it's a descension. So you will ascend, but you got to do some things. You got to have sex with the beast. You have to have sex on so many different levels with so many different people in so many different ways. And as he said, he's telling you cocaine is rampant. So now, remember, this icon is now not pushing. Marijuana has been legalized. Now the thing is, he's pushing to your children cocaine and hanging with your friends like it's the cool thing to do. Cocaine is what he's talking about. He talks about it in the song several times. Cocaine and checking with my friends. Only sin here, right? So after he has this intercourse has taken place, this intermingling of 2 different entities, this intertwining, this entanglement of 2 different beings, the next thing you see is he's in pink and chains, hollering about call me by your name, which means he don't know who the heck he is, right? Isn't it? He can placate a lot more when he is less masculine. He's easy to digest for some, right? Not a lot of masculinity there. A lot of arrogance and audacity, yes, but, because he can fit in better. He's doing what everybody loves to do. Because remember, he's in that type of garden where everything goes. And he has to placate to his master, his slave master, right? And so now he's in chains. And he says that now he can't leave. Listen to the song. It says now he can't leave. He done sold his soul. He sold his soul for some gold, black gold is what I call it. He said he want to F the ones he envies. He just want to F the ones he's envy. He just want to sleep. But right now, all this, remember, he debased himself. He's in the lowest of your nature, your lowest nature. He's at the base of his nature right now. He's so low that all he want to do is have drugs and even sleep with the ones that he envies. He says that. He just want to F the ones he envies. Right? This is his message. I'm going on. Cocaine and hanging with his friends. Only here in the garden you can do what you can. He just want to sin. He's unrestrained. unbridled, no discipline, no boundaries. All bets are off in this place that he's in. This place that he's now found himself in, anything goes. He's going up to heaven, then he free falls on that stripper pole down. Call him by his name. So he has abandoned his true name, right? What's in a name? There's a lot in a name. He doesn't even have an identity anymore, which thus you can't tell he's androgynous. You can't tell what he is. You can't tell if he's fully man, he's a woman, he's you just really can't tell what he is. You know, nowadays, as I spoke in another video, there's so many variations of this. There are people that are just attracted to people that look androgynous. There's people attracted to people that are transgenders. There are people that are attracted to only transgender men. There's people that are attracted to transgender women. There's people that are attracted to all sexes. There's people that are only attracted to their own kind. Then there's people that are attracted to people that look like women, but they're not women. It's so vast. It's so vast. Now, people are self-identifying. We can't even label it because, again, there's no labels because people are self-identifying. They're self-identifying and based on how they feel sexually. Sex has become the new identity. Right? So then it goes on, it says he's descending, which means his lower nature, deep into the lowest nature, the bowels of his soul. He takes the horns and the wings, and you see him, he's twerking on Satan, right? He's like giving Satan a lap dance, all upside down, which that's how he is right now. He's topsy-turvy. Inside, in the video, he looks like he's having fun, but behind the scenes, I wonder if he's really kind of topsy-turvy when the camera's not rolling, right? Because he said he can't leave. It's a form of bondage. When you tell me you can't leave, that's bondage. He said he can't leave. Listen to the song. So he's going along to get along, right? And then it says you see him twerking and doing a lap dance on what is supposed to be symbolic of Satan, right? And then there's a point where he supposedly kills Satan. He takes his horns and then he puts them on his head, right? And he takes on the wings of Satan, and then his eyes light up.
Eyes lighting up is a symbol of illumination, which Lucifer himself is considered the angel of light that fell from heaven.
He has an incarnation of a spirit, a demon, an incarnation of him, which is a possession of spirit, body, and soul. When his eyes light up and he now takes the horns, he's taking it by the horns. He's taking ownership of this thing. He's in this thing. He's possessed by this thing. This thing is now controlling him. So now you're looking at somebody that is a puppet. He's a sex slave / puppet. Remember, but he's a sex slave, but he's used to hunt. He's hunting the souls of your children. How? Through their mind, through their eye gate, through their ear gate, and through their mouth gate. Because when they're singing those lyrics, words are powerful. They're putting that energy out into their cocaine and hanging with my friends. Cocaine and hanging with my friends. Nothing but sin here. Anything we can. It's a sense of lawlessness. No bounds. No bars hold. Anything you want, ladies and gentlemen, you can get it there in that garden that he is in, which looks like a playground for sin. A playground for whatever you can imagine. But might I remind you that he was still in chains. He was in chains, which is a form of bondage, nevertheless. So, Genesis 3, chapter 3, verses 2 to 7, it talks about the fall of man. And what you saw in the garden with him, that free fall on the stripper pole, is his descent into hell, which some people say is a literal place that burns. Again, people from different backgrounds believe different things. Some people say it's a state of mind, right? So I just want to share this, that when your children are listening into this, that message that is subliminal in nature is playing over in their mind. It's in the conscious of the forefront of their mind as they're singing it. But even more importantly, it's playing in the background in their subconscious. And when they look at this guy and see that he has, they may not mind the chains to know that this man is in bondage. They may just see the fame and ignore the chains. Because the fame looks like it's just a beautiful game. But it ended up in nothing but chains and shame. And the sad thing about it is, like he said, he can't leave. He sold his soul. And now he has these, was talking about those shoes with one drop of blood. If it's real blood, where did the blood come from? When blood is used like that, it's usually some type of ritual in place. So whoever's buying these shoes, again, my question is, whose blood is it? How was the blood used?
How was the blood
obtained? Where they got the blood from?
And a lot of times, these songs, I watched a documentary, it talks about a lot of these songs that are big hits. They are played on a satanic altar for a certain number of hours before they're released into the public, so that it could be either blessed by whatever entity or spirit, or could be offered to whatever entity or spirit, or can be infused with the energy of whatever energy and spirit. And then the thing about it is, songs and music carries frequency. It influences how you feel and how you behave. Some crump songs, they make you want to right? Then you got songs that make you like feeling some kind of way, make you think about people, you want to make that phone call. Then you got some songs that just make you feel happy and carefree, all influenced by the music. Just like David, they said Saul had a jealous spirit, and when he would get upset, he would throw the javelin at David, right? And it said David played the harp to soothe the demonic spirit, the evil spirit. When it would come upon him, he would use the music to play it away. And so music can soothe, it can heal, it can uplift, but it can also be used the opposite way. The words and the lyrics can put a spell on you with your words, what you're saying. The music can influence the frequency. Every feeling and emotion you have has a frequency, right? And when they hit that certain tone in that chord, it invokes the frequency. Love has a frequency. Sex has a frequency. The different kinds of sex, how you're engaging in it, it all has a frequency. And so depending on how the chords and the music is played, they can invoke it. Again, the puppet can influence how you feel. And some people, based on how they feel, is how they behave, because they haven't developed the discipline enough to draw a ring around or their passion. You think about it. Be mindful what your children are listening to. That's all I'm saying, guys. Do your research. A check never lies. That's it. Signing off. You know what time it is. What happens in the garage, it stays in the garage. But for the sake of your children, still share. Peace and love.
Stay tuned for part 3.